Hey guys, Dennis Clark here, formerly known as Menace and one of the members of the Assassins. Today I'm here with John, which was also in my last video. And today we've got some random footage here. It's uncut, and this is from Big Game. I had to apologize. It's been a while since I posted a video. I've been having some family issues, and yeah, it's been rough these last couple of months. And, well, what we got today is we got me using the first strikes in the video, of course. Yeah, there's the T4. It's an awesome gun. I loved it. Absolutely. What did you think of it, John?
I think the thing shoots fantastic. Put that Apex on it. It shoots distances I couldn't even believe. Pinpoint accuracy on it. The loadout you had going with it was absolutely perfect for the game.
Yeah, that loadout, it was crazy. At the end of the second day, I've actually tore the bag apart in a way. There's actually tears and rips in it, and I'm probably not going to be able to use that bag again because of just all the weight. The problem I had was what I would do, and I didn't realize this, but I would throw the mags into the backpack so I could quickly move and get going again in the game. It's just that all the weight from both guns and just all the craziness I had on there, it just tore the bag to shreds, dude. And I gotta get a new one if I'm gonna use that again. Like the straps on it, where my shoulders would have been, it actually stretched that out in a way, so it's not a custom fit anymore. Like I worked on that setup for like days, months even. It was just like, if you look at my not my last video, the video before that, it was my Big Game setup. I was setting everything up in the last minute of the game, and it was hellishness in a way. It was it was tough though. Like I was trying to figure everything out on the field, and as you can see in the video, I'm fooling around with my barrel plugs, and yeah, I accidentally had one of the barrel plugs caught inside this tactical strap that my friend helped me create. And I gotta give out a shout out to Andrew Short again for helping me out with that, as well as Pete from Cousins, which he's not in there anymore, but I gotta give a shout out to Pete. He was pretty awesome for helping me get those mag holsters. I got them at the last minute, and I was fooling around with them at 12 o'clock, and I had to go and wake up at like 6 to pick up everybody and go to this field, go to the other side of the island. It was madness. I really wish I would have had more time to set this setup up. So yeah, it was kind of an adventure in a way, me trying to figure out how to use it, and yeah, it was awesome though when I did figure it out. It was one of the most heaviest setups I've ever had on field, and one of the most coolest and fun setups I've had. It was amazing. I had a good time. Well, talking about setups, John, you had a pretty cool setup yourself, dude. Like
I was just out there running my E-Tech 3 AM. For the most part, I was calling out shots to you because you had those first strikes. You could get those long distance runs right off the bat when everyone was trying to arc the balls and all you could get was bounces.
Yeah.
So essentially, in the beginning of the game, I just worked as your spotter as much as I could until we actually started moving up and hammering everybody.
Yeah, that was a cool setup you had. You had like the Apex, and you had that tank cover. It was proto tank cover, I believe. It normally was used for squeegees, and you had your Apex barrel in that little hole. I actually bought one right after, right after I saw you do it. That was pretty awesome, dude.
Well, yeah, I wanted a way to bring out my regular barrel and my Apex because the Apex I don't really like to use in close combat if I don't have to.
Yeah, yeah.
Because sometimes that spin on the ball makes it harder for me to shoot such close targets like that. So I wanted to be able to switch it real quick, and what better way than to have my barrel on the gun at all times.
That was definitely awesome, dude. That I was pretty amazed with that setup because it was like a perfect spotter setup. Like I saw you out there with I think it was either binoculars or it was a scope, wasn't it? It was a scope, right?
Yeah, I had a tac scope on my waistband. just because the field is just so massive in this game that it's nice to be able to see what we're coming up on before we're at it. Not to mention, working as your spotter, I can find people that you wouldn't see ordinarily.
Yeah, I didn't have the scope on that, and I wish I would have, but I picked that for just less weight. And I'm sorry about this. I gotta get this phone off. Stupid thing. Alright. Yeah, I wish I had the scope on it for this part, because I could, you can't see anything in the video, but I was just hitting them across field with that, and I really couldn't see them very well. But at the same time, we had John. He was helping out a bit, and yeah, like I was trying to get all the weight set up. Like originally, I had planned to put the grenade launcher on the bottom of that, but I was running out of time, and plus I heard that there weren't going to be any tanks. Apparently, there were tanks the second day, but whatever. You do what you can, you know. You deal with the situation, you adapt and evolve, and continue to thrive, and just learn from your mistakes. So you see me moving up here. We're just I wanted to see how the camera would look, how it would look if I was to go prone here, and that's what I do here. And yeah, you see that guy sliding. That was pretty cool. I think he gets shot out though. He looks like he's sticking out a bit. Maybe not. I don't know. So originally I was posting videos like when I first started with my Tough Book, and what do you think about it? What did you say before, John?
This thing is like the great grandfather of the netbook. If you saw this thing, it looks like a brick. It is just ridiculous.
You know, you could probably use it as a brick and it would survive.
You probably could bludgeon 1 or 2 players to death with that thing.
When I originally had this computer, it was originally developed for the Army. It's a Tough Book. It was, I saw them like running it over with cars, and like the screen was cracked, but it survived. And yeah, it's a real slow computer. It was pretty horrible. And I pretty much, it would take me like an hour just to upload one of my videos to YouTube. It was horrible, dude. But I mean, like the editing software, the old editing software, which was that I used is Windows Movie Maker, like the old version of it. I had an easier time using that than the newer one. So when I switched over computers, I had my friend Drew build me a custom computer, and it's pretty awesome. It uploads them in like 15 minutes compared to the hour that it would take for me to upload these videos. Oh yeah, smoke. Yeah, that's cool. I love that effect. I used that in the trailer. But you might recognize this a little bit more. But anyway, I've been trying to find a way to convert the videos so I could get some of John's stuff up. I haven't been able to do that lately.
Yeah, I do have some videos. Nothing from the first day, but the second day I got some pretty decent video from the high points of the game, I think.
Yeah.
There's some good parts in it. A couple of the rushes from Red Team that didn't go quite as they had planned. Blues Crew didn't survive those either, just for the record. But they made a good effort. If the team had just followed them through in those rushes, they might have gone somewhere. But Blues Crew on their own against 100 people isn't going to do much.
Yeah, they are one of the most aggressive teams out there that I've seen. They're awesome guys. You see them, give them a shout out, say hi, dudes. Yeah, they're fun to hang out with. I like Blues Crew. I've known them for a while. Like originally, when I first went to EMR, they had a Dynasty clinic, and I actually got to meet Ryu, Yosh, and I forget the other guy. There was one other. I can't read his name. I got it on the wall here. It's all script. I hate script. I can never read it.
Nobody can ever read his signature.
Yeah. But anyway, we went to do that, and I got training for Dynasty, from Dynasty, the best players that were there. And it was pretty cool, though. Like, there was one guy that works in the cousin's shop named Julio, and they actually knew him. They remembered him. They said that Julio used to give them a run for their money in the day. He used to one-shot them out of those snaps, and
I believe Julio would do it.
I believe
Julio
Julio is great, dude. He's awesome.
I've never seen Julio play serious,
Oh,
and he's amazing.
dude. I played with him with custom 98s once, and he kicked my ass. Like, I got him out maybe once out of 10 times, and he was snapping from one side of the field from the other and getting accurate shots with a custom 98 like it was something like a die. I've never seen that actually happen. That was amazing.
Well, I remember last year at the Vet Dogs game, the charity event, he was in the one-on-one tournament, and he was firing with perfect accuracy from the hip, not even trying and getting people out.
Yeah, I don't know
He made it
how
all
he
the way
did
to
that.
the finals like that, and I honestly believe that he threw the last round.
Dude, he's awesome, man. Like he used to be a pro from what I was told.
That's what I've heard, and I honestly, with how good he is, just messing around, I would believe it 100% that Julio was pro.
Like yeah, like right when Dynasty, I want to tell you a bit about them. They won like world champion like 3 times in a row, and it was a bunch of other things they did. Were one of the best teams. Like, they originally, when they were using was Shockers, and dude, there were better things than Shockers out at the time. There were Dies, there were Egos, there were like earlier models of them, but I still think they shot better. Like, these guys were nasty players. They would just practice like 5 times a week. I know that sounds crazy, but I guess
Well, that's really the way it should be. To get a high-end team that way, you need to practice as much as possible because you're going full pro on that.
I mean, these guys, they were able to destroy with regardless of the gun because they were just that good. You wouldn't want to mess with them, dude. They're awesome. Like, I know they have a new Dynasty out now, and these guys are probably retired now, but they're still nasty.
Well, if they're anything like the old dynasties, I'm assuming they were trained by the old one, which means that they're probably as good, if not better, than the old one because they can get those old techniques that worked and pick up new ones along the way.
Yeah, definitely. So where are we right now? I'm looking around, and there's John. I saw him. Yeah, if you're wondering what John looked like, he's the one with that shirt. Is it E-Tech? The white E-Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's pointing out with that other guy.
The red proto headband.
Yeah. Dude, he was awesome. He was doing very good. I was very, very happy with the way John performed in this game. You can see the balls just bouncing. They're spraying, but they can't hit shit right now. I was originally looking for my Assassin's teammates, and they're kind of scattered all over the place. Like, if you look before, there was, man, what was his name? Gambit. Yeah, Gambit was right behind me. He's pointing out targets. He's an awesome guy. If you ever hung out with him. He's tactical. He holds down the line. I like working with Gambit. Every time I'm out there, I either end up with Gambit or Spartan. Like if I'm playing aggressive, I end up with Spartan. If I'm playing defensive, I usually end up with Gambit. I just meet them up randomly on the field. It happens every time. I don't know. It's really weird too. I guess minds think alike, you know.
I mean, yeah. In that kind of position, though, you're going to pick up habits, like defensively and aggressively. You're going to know where that teammate will be, when they'll be there, as the situation evolves. And, like, other players will be up in the front, like, I ran into Stash a couple of times, and me and him were leading rushes. A couple of those rushes didn't pan out so well for me, but he did quite well.
Yeah, these are guys that are playing a lot, dude. Like, they're awesome to hang out with. They're good players. Like, this is probably one of the best teams that I've been on right now. No, it is the best team I've been on. They're very, very good players, though. They play a lot, and they're out there to play. And I'm not going to say they're the best, but they're good people, you know. They take care of you. The sponsorship takes care of me, and I'm very happy and very grateful for it. And this setup alone, it probably wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the sponsorship, because everything was just so damn expensive. Like, I'm talking like I was saving up months in advance, and yeah, I just barely got the setup together in the last couple of minutes. You'll believe it, right, dude? Like,
Oh, I believe it 100% with the things you're running. You had what, 2-3 extra tanks plus the...
I had 2 tanks. I had the TAC-8. I originally wanted to run a grenade launcher off the TAC-8, but I dropped that because it was too much.
You bought the red dot for it.
Yeah, I had the red dot. That was lighter weight. That's why I went with that. I had 6 mags and something like 5
massive
pods.
amounts of first strike rounds that you bought. What was it, like
It must have been
rounds?
240 first strike rounds.
And you shot every single one of them in this game.
Yep. Yeah, they lasted maybe like the first day. I want to say the first day. Oh yeah, there's Kilt Man. That guy's always there. He's awesome. I like hanging out with him.
You know, looking at him, you would never expect it, but Kiltman can get out there and do some damage. I'm always happy when I see Kiltman's on my team.
Yeah, it brings me a good laugh. Camouflage kilt. And the shirt says "Real men wear kilts." That'd be funny seeing a team like that, wouldn't it?
Should buy a utility kilt.
So yeah, I start moving up. There was this other team on the right side of the field. They were all in the houses. They had those red shirts. I don't know what their name was. Do you remember what it was?
God, I can't remember, but yeah, they were I believe they were a newer team.
I think they were a newer team, but I think they're sponsored by Cousins, possibly.
Yeah, I remember seeing them on one of the tanks on post game.
Yeah, they were pretty good. Like, I couldn't move up on that right side. I had to move left so we can move up.
Yeah, they were holding us down pretty good until we actually pushed forward, and I got up into that forward bunker with another guy, and we just held down that whole housed area.
Yeah, there was nowhere to move up from the right. It was all concealment, not cover, and you had the cover on the right side.
Mm-hmm. I mean, those trees only offer you so much cover. The balls still do make it through those branches.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful when you're
you really
snap out.
You really got to know your angles with those. Like, it's not something you want to take chances with. So yeah, we had this one kid. He was firing like really fast. This little kid in red. I think he's hiding in the trees in this next one. I run up to it. Yeah, there he is, right there. That guy, he was firing.
That is actually a perfect spot because on day 2 when we were coming back this way, I remember there was a guy. It was actually on one of the rushes with me and Stash.
Yeah.
He was prone right there, and we could not see him at all. All we could see was his paint coming at us, so we had to lay down cover fire, but we rushed forward trying to get into some of the houses to get a better angle on him. But that one man was able to hold down the whole right side because he had such good cover. And that's a good part about this field, I think. It offers extremely good cover for both sides.
Yeah, compared to Cousins, the other one, yeah. The other one was bigger. I liked it that it provided more shade, and we were like, you know, I prepared this setup for being in shade, so I was sweating like crazy. I had to stop at one point. And
I mean, it's unfortunate what happened with Cousins and that they had to move to the smaller field, but I think the way they had it set up was a really good functionality for the game, and they added some cool things like the truck and the bus. I think it's cool that those were actual objective points to get to. And just the different layers of the field they made, and they put this all together in what was it, 1 or 2 days? They said
it was a couple.
It was extremely.
I think it was a couple of months, but yeah, they were.
No, they had to set up the whole big game field they were talking about in just a couple days because they were so rushed. They were planning on still having it
for a big game. Yeah, they had to set that up in a couple of weeks or so.
So they worked pretty much non-stop on this field before a big game.
Yeah, it's playing before they even knocked out all the trees for all the cars. Like, it was just a straight line back, and then they just knocked out these trees and they had room. But I think it was like an old tree farm, like Christmas tree farm, I think it was.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's weird. It's a weird setup, but like it's working out in a way. It's coming together. It's looking good.
It's different, but
Each
I
time I
like
go
it
there.
personally. I mean,
Yeah, I like it too.
like here in the concrete bunkers, you have like such good angles on some of them if you know how to work it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it's not insane coverage that they'll never hit you.
I thought this kind of looks like Call of Duty in a way. A collapsed house, maybe, you know?
It does, and you can even see the holographic you got going.
Yeah, yeah. That was such an awesome setup. I loved it.
That was one of the most impressive setups I've seen.
I think I could have made it better too, honestly.
Well, if
If
you
I
had
had
more
more
time
time,
and we
yeah.
put a little more planning into it, you probably could have worked out some of the kinks, but it was the first run for the setup.
Yeah.
Next time it'll be better.
Yeah, definitely.
We learned the flaws that it had and how to fix them.
It.
It's like a better backpack.
Oh, that was the best backpack I could find, dude. I could do everything with that backpack, but the thing is, it wasn't strong enough to my standards. I'm like crazy with how much stuff I'm packing into it.
Well, that much weight is going to put a strain on any backpack you bring out.
Yeah. Dude, I was just maxing it out to the maximum weight.
Yeah, what you could possibly do with that is run like a 3-man team and divide the weight between you.
Yeah, I could have, but
And if you get 3 people with that same setup, you could dominate an entire side of the field with that.
dude, I felt like a boss, dude. It was awesome. I'll never have something that awesome again, I don't think. That was just amazing. You had the kid right here, he's like, hey dude, you dropped something. Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's just me reloading.
Yeah. He's looking at it like, what is this alien technology? What are you doing? Oh man, that was such a fun game. You could see just the spray. They are shooting at us. If I had the camera John had, you could probably see where my shots are going. That was the one problem I had with this setup. Like, I was firing these things so far that they weren't recording on camera, and that's kind of bad when you're posting videos. I mean, this is an old POV1, and when I bought this camera, this is before they even had compact HD cameras. Like, the most compact one was the Contour HD, and that was something bulky that would sit on the side of your head. No, I wanted something on, like, right in the middle of the mask. Something, you know.
Get you that first person view.
Yeah, to get you that perfect view. Like, a lot of people do it.
There's no blind sides when you snap out to the wrong direction.
Yeah, definitely. I want to do a video just showing how much better it is to put it on top of the mask or in the mask. In the mask is kind of asking for
Put
a little
you
bit
in the
much.
game at the moment.
You'll see everything I see in this, and that's what I wanted to go for, and that's why I think my video quality is a lot better than a lot of other people online.
Yeah, it's a great camera, and the setup for it does give you that perfect first-person view. I just barely got my camera at Big Game
Yeah, you
from
got
Blues
it
Crew,
the day,
R7.
the second day you got it, you picked it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's an expensive camera, but it is a great buy. The video quality is perfect. It's upgradable to a 32 gig micro SD.
Dude, the way this camera looked,
And
it looked better on the camera than it looked in real life off of the HD
I mean, it
TV.
is just the quality of the video, and it's just amazing. You can see the balls leaving the gun and just flying straight at the targets.
You could see the mid-air bouncing off and stuff. And
I mean, there's one point in a video I made where you actually see a ball go right by my head.
that was pretty awesome, dude. It, like, barely missed the camera, too.
I thought for sure that one was going to hit me.
So, guys, I'm going to take a break with the recording. We got over 24 minutes so far, and I'm probably going to reset the video. Alright. Well, I'll talk to you later. This is Dennis signing off, and John,
Alright,
you want to say goodbye?
see you next time.
See you next time, guys.